Before you start marketing, you might want to check for these couple of things. If you guys want to quickly see the list, you guys could download the free beginners dropshipping kit. Link's going to be in the descriptions. I'm going to be adding this list to there, so you guys could go ahead and check this off as you guys are completing your store or before you get ready to launch your ads or any type of marketing that you do. So let's start from the beginning. You want to make sure that your store is unlocked. That's very important. Sometimes this happens. You forget to unlock your store, so make sure you unlock your store. You also want to make sure that you're using your actual domain and not some cheap domain, or not cheap domain, but not the domain that Shopify gives you, the one that ends in myshopify.com. You don't want to use that one. You want to use an actual domain like example.com or mystore.com. You also want to make sure that your pixel is installed if you guys are running Facebook ads. The last thing you want to do is you want to be spending money on ads and not getting any of that information or not saving any of that information onto your pixel. So make sure you have your pixel installed and make sure that every product is priced. Trust me, I've had it happen to me a couple of times where some products are free and then people end up adding them to the cart, and it just makes a big mess because that person's expecting the product since they thought it was free, and when they receive their order, sometimes people don't ship out the product just because, you know, it was free and they're like, oh, it just made a mistake. These people don't understand, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So just make sure you price everything, make sure that all your prices are set, make sure that nothing's too underpriced, or whatever your price goal is, make sure you have everything at that price, because it's happened to me. I'm telling you guys, sometimes I forget to price something and I just put 0 and people end up adding that product to the cart. So make sure you price everything. And you also want to go to your payment settings and remove PayPal. That's if you guys don't want to use PayPal, which I highly recommend. Do not use PayPal for dropshipping. They suck. They will ban you if they find out that you're dropshipping. So I highly suggest that if you guys are dropshipping and using Shopify, to please avoid using PayPal as your main payment gateway or as your main way to accept money, and just use Shopify payments or Stripe, because automatically Shopify is gonna link your PayPal account, or it's going to make a PayPal account to that email that you registered, or that's where the money's going to be sent to that email that you used to register your Shopify. So make sure that you either switch the accounts and put your account or the account that, or the PayPal account that you plan on using, or just remove it completely if you guys don't want to use PayPal, which I highly recommend that you guys don't use PayPal. And if you guys are offering free shipping, make sure that you have your free shipping enabled, or that you're not charging for shipping. That's another key thing, because sometimes you guys put free shipping and then just completely forget about making your shipping free, and then people end up paying for the shipping, or once they start to initiate that checkout, they see that the shipping isn't free and you advertise free shipping, and they're just going to click out of your site because you misled them. So make sure that you actually have free shipping enabled if you guys are doing free shipping, and make sure that your payment processor is working. A good way to do this is have a friend or a family member place a small order, something like $2 or $3, and make sure to have them place the order with their own credit card at their own house. And if they're able to place the order and everything goes through, then nobody else should have an issue. What sometimes ends up happening is that PayPal, or not PayPal, but your merchant processor might not enable you or might not allow you to accept orders, and they don't notify you or anything. So then you're running ads and you don't see people buying, but the reason they're not buying is just because your payment gateway isn't allowing you to accept orders. So you could go ahead and have a friend place an order. A small one, doesn't have to be anything too big, and if everything goes through with no problem, then you're good to go for that part, because the last thing you want to do is run ads and not be able to accept payments. You also want to make sure that you have a About Us page or a Contact Us page, or just somewhere where people could email you or have access to a way to getting a hold of you. A good way, or something that I like doing, is using an app called Easy Contact Form. What that app does is it creates a tab all over your website. So every page you click, it's going to have a tab where you're able to contact or just quickly contact the store owner, or in other words, to easily contact you. And that way you help bring trust onto your website, because people are easily able to get a hold of you just in case anything goes wrong, or they have any questions, or they just have some issues going on with their order. And talking about contacting and all that stuff, you want to make sure you customize your email templates. You want to make sure that you have everything named to your store, or however your store is named or your brand is named. You want to make sure you edit your templates that Shopify sends out when somebody places an order, or when you issue a refund, or just when you contact somebody in general. You want to make make sure that the template of that email suits your website. And you want to be using a professional email, not some crappy little thing or not your personal email. You want to be using a professional email, which I'll leave a link down in the description, which shows you how to make your email look a little bit more presentable or just make your email look professional. And for your templates, you want something that goes with the theme of your site. For example, let's just say that you had a very minimalistic theme on your website. You don't want to have a email template that's graphic heavy or that's heavy with the graphics. You want something minimal. You want it to be an extension of your store. You don't want it to be something completely different. And you also want to remove the Power by Shopify link, which I have a video that shows you guys how to do that. So I'll also be leaving that link down in the description. And last but not least, you want to check your spelling, have somebody else go over it. If you guys don't feel like you could spell well, or if English isn't your first language, have somebody look it over, or 2 people look it over, just in case there's any misspelling or you worded something weird or you're forgetting something. And that's it for this video. And just to remind you guys that I will be putting this video into a list. So I'll be putting all the points that I covered into a list, and I'll be adding it to the free beginners dropshipping kit, which you could download down in the description. So make sure to check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.